I want to tell a story about a journalist. He is a very normal journalist working at some German newspaper, quite normal-sized, big city newspaper. And he was doing interviews of activists, and it was just after Snowden, and he had done his homework. He learned how to use PGP. He was actually pretty good, pretty good security. He was using Tor, he was using Signal, but he was doing that privately. He had learned that on his own time. And at some point he needed to work on a piece, and he went to the IT and he said, I don't have admin rights on my computer. And I would like to use Thunderbird and whatever software I need to use PGP to encrypt my emails with my sources. And the IT guy, who of course was not someone who was very knowledgeable about journalism, he probably knew a lot about how to run the networks and how to install Windows on these computers. He said, well, we have a rule. Everyone uses Outlook here. We're not going to make exceptions. So he came back the next day and said, I have a new idea. Can I please use my professional email address that said @name of that newspaper on my private computer, because there I can use PGP. I know how to do that. I've set it up. And the guy said, no, because for security reasons, these email addresses we provide you with will only be run on our computers. It's a thing that if you actually work in a newsroom, if you're a freelancer, of course, it's different. There's other problems there, which are mostly financial. How can I own several computers? If you're in a newsroom, you mostly are used to work on that one desktop or laptop that's provided by the media organization. That is probably mass-bought, some crap that is not specially secure, and you'll have to use that. And for a very long time, that didn't really matter because there were more typing machines things, and now with this whole digital operation security, these media outlets haven't all understood that they actually need to hire people who can work with that, who can help journalists set up their computers in the way they need, or at least if they're not doing it actively, just let the journalists do what they need. So you have a few workarounds for that right now. It's like do it on your own machine, which of course causes a problem with compartmentalization again, which means you need to pay for a laptop, which kind of sucks, but it's one of the ways to do it. Or start a fight in your newsroom, which may help other people to change things from the inside. But it's definitely a fight that's going to need to happen. I have other stories of, for example, a newspaper, another German newspaper, buying some software that was supposed to remove spam, but that was actually analyzing the content of every email that was sent to the newspaper and sending it to third parties that probably did some data and made advertising out of it, whatever. And it's actually a thing that if you just know that you start using these things, you may not be there yet, and you may have to be prepared for that fight or the workarounds. I don't have a magical solution right now, but it's definitely something to consider if you're going into using more crypto.